Let's look at when Spider-Man and Miles Morales jump Venom.
Is look up at Venom with all the inches in his face and say thank, and Miles showing out, blasting Peter onto the ground with his Venom strike, jumping in, but Spider-Man copies Mr. Fantastic, extending his arm out and slamming him, and starts grilling Miles. Hence why he tells Miles to keep going, webbing over to them, landing on top of Venom, but Venom catches up to Miles anyways, goes to lick his face and ends up getting kicked instead. Real quick, the first episode of my new podcast just dropped. Link in the description or on the screen, but we'll get into more of that at the end of the video. Enjoy. So Miles peeps Sandman outside his window and instantly knows something's up, asking Peter to go to the bathroom. I would know something's up too. This is New York City. The nearest sand is 100 miles away, connected to water that'll turn you into a Ninja Turtle. You don't even need Spidey senses for that. Miles comes back asking Peter for his help, and the class laughs at him. What you need Peter's help for? You need him to hold your shit for you? Without any hesitation, Peter says F this job. This is why he's always broke. Nigga been stuck in the slums for like 12 different franchises now. Hopefully the school doesn't have cameras, because I don't know how they would explain going up the stairs like this to the principal. Reaching the roof, and Miles shows Peter that Sandman is out there wildin', time to cut class. But to their credit, saving the world is a pretty good excuse. I was just spamming sorry I had car troubles. As far as they were concerned, I was at home kicking my shit like Sam with Wiki every morning. They immediately take off those weak ass school fits. It's time to save the world. I wonder what nasty things the janitor thought when he hit the roof and saw 2 pairs of jeans laying there. Niggas be doing anything at school other than learning, bro. But he's wrong. It's just both Spider-Men jumping off the roof to go pummel down Sandman. Look at them, bro. They're so cool. Really makes me wish I was Spider-Man, and I'm afraid of heights. That's like being racist and fucking with Black Panther. Peter ends up arriving first and lands on Sandman's nose like the annoying bug he is, as Sandman just plucks him off. And Lord have mercy, bro. Nigga got no taper, no fade, no nothing, just straight skin on the sides. Peter must have made the same comments I did, cause Sandman tries to crush him but is unsuccessful, opening his hand to Peter, rage baiting him. I don't blame supervillains for hating this nigga. He be dropping them off and talking to him like this.
You went live and said you pop niggas. You don't pop niggas. You went live and said you whoop niggas. You don't whoop niggas. You went live and said niggas know how you get down.
Niggas don't know how you get down.
Know how you get down.
Sandman jerks off Spider-Man in his hand and across NYC into a building, laying him out. And somehow in the speed of light, it seems he's right there pressing Spider-Man as he gets weaved and whips out a bunch of fists, forcing Spider-Man to go from Spider-Man to Quicksilver, getting the hell out of there. Nigga nerfed himself, went from being able to dodge bullets to not. Sandman starts trying to grab Spider-Man, but Peter is able to jump off one arm and makes himself skinny to avoid the other. Wall running and is able to peep someone who clearly skips back day.
You
Can't
good?
even do one pull-up to save his own life. I know his weak ass dropped his wife on wedding day. Webbing over, grabbing him, and getting out of there until he's eventually able to meet up with Miles, landing and literally throwing homie out the window to Miles. Now Gwen Stacy ain't the only one that been passed around between both Spider-Men, allowing for him only to eat a delicious sand knuckle sandwich, nigga copying Patrick Star's favorite eats. Not only that, but Spider-Man starts getting jumped by a bunch of Sandman clones, looking like the photo of Superman. Not gonna lie, they was dick eating. Y'all never seen a man who could fly and is afraid of doing crack again? Nigga, that's Michael Jordan. Peter starts swinging, but eventually the floor gives out, and while he's fighting for his life versus the Sandman henchman, he's able to free himself. Poor Peter can't even enjoy the beach anymore. One wrong gust of wind moving the sand and he's sprinting into action, PTSD. But he instantly ends up getting trapped again because Sandman grabs and holds him while filling his quota of Spider-Man villains with big ass shoulders. Him and Kingpin need to hop on the D-line. He's holding Spider-Man there and Peter calls him Sandman, him telling Peter he hates that name. And I feel it. What, so because I got the superpower of turning into feces, my name gotta be Shitman now? What if I wanted to be the Destroyer or some shit? Spider-Man tells Sandman he wants to help him. Aw, what a nice guy. As he webs the pipe, bursting open the water onto Sandman, got him screaming in pain. I don't know what type of fucking help this is. Dirty ass nigga really screaming in agony at a shower. I'm crying. Spider-Man swings at Sandman getting smacked instantly onto the ground as a bunch of sand demons start dragging him down.
I ain't gonna lie. When I played this game, I was getting killed. I ain't gonna lie. I suck, bro. I think I died like 2 times playing this shit. I'm so damn trash.
Down to hell, reaching out for help that never comes. You gonna be
it's literally tutorial.
A long time down there. Might as well get familiar with
it's
Frieza, Thanos,
tutorial,
and XX Tentacion, my nigga. Yo, what's good?
You could not live with your own failure.
Dance for us, monkey.
What's a father?
But Miles saves Peter from this miserable conversation, carrying him up into the sky, showing why he's the #1 superhero successor. Tell Wally West and Terry McGinnis their chain fake. And Sam Wilson too. Red Hulk beat you into baldness. Miles making sure he not getting done like that, using his Venom strike on Sandman, but eventually getting grabbed. I might have spoken too soon.
That's how you handle it,
holding on to my chocolatey brother with a grip like a girl feeding for some mixed children. Eventually, Sandman accepts that Miles don't swing that way, throwing him through an office building, coming out the back, bumping his head on the roof, but eventually is able to catch himself with some webbing and charging back in, using all the floating debris everywhere and his exaggerated black swagger to get back into the fight. Sandman really tried to low bro him out the fight to keep it a one-on-one with Peter.
All that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies.
Powering himself up with his Venom strike, charging in right at Sandman, and with the help of Peter boosting, shooting a hole right through Sandman's head as they swing the hell out of there ASAP, no Rocky. Genki over the mic let them know where there's a lot of water on top of a building, and also asks Miles where he left the snacks at. But Miles is busy now with some serious business, heading over to the building Genki told them to. As they make their way all the way up it, and they manage to get to the top, but Sandman is right behind them, peeking out like the colossal titan, slamming his head onto the roof, making Miles face plant. His brain is scrambled right now. That fall hurt like hell. He even seeing the shit all around his screen that Iron Man always do mid-ass whipping. Unfortunately, Miles doesn't have Friday giving him hacks mid-battle like Tony. He doesn't need it though, because he made it all the way to the roof anyways, where the water and Peter are. But before they can even enact their plan, villainry clearly makes Sandman hungry because he legitimately tries to eat Miles, sucking him up, but Peter's able to save him, bringing him back, helping kick the water off the building onto Sandman, giving him another shower as it collapses. Water is really a hilarious weakness, especially when Sandman needs to rob people to get money. He really just be staring out his window pissed during storms. That nigga is not eating today. But there ain't no rain out right now. It's sunny as hell. Very accurate to the real life NYC heat wave we just got. I saw dudes cooking eggs on the sidewalk. It had my brother.
I feel like I could do that over here.
Nigga in the freezer. Miles is able to get up out of there, but Peter is white. He's not as fast, getting pulled away by Sandman, and Miles tells him it's time to bust out the new toys. Hey, yo, I better not see this man whip out a Spider-Man themed dildo. Fortunately, that's not the case. It's just a new wingsuit, as he avoids all the debris with swag, going right for Sandman. But he continues to go outside. Punk just don't got it anymore. Peter charges in, hitting signature spider moves, but Sandman can't even lay a hand on him. But he gets electrocuted out the sky, falling onto the ground. Shaking my head. This is pitiful, bro. Hey, Peter. Miles is here now. We're all good. You can't save the city anymore, but you can still save your relationship, gang. Go get you some bread and rescue that bank account instead, twin. Hey, but hold on. Maybe I spoke too soon. Unc still got it. Man, I thought he could do it. Peter said he got one more left in him. This nigga lying, bro. And look who it is, the great black hope, Miles Morales, saving Peter again, going in with the Venom strike on Sandman, whose hair from the back is even worse. Somehow the top and back are the same length, but the sides are Michael Jordan. Barber and that bitch doing atrocities. But Sandman isn't concerned with Miles, going for Peter. Miles pulling a Kendrick. What is it he said? I inherit the beef? I feel it. Corey need to go punch the shit out of 90-year-old Ozai. Miles lands on the piece of debris with Peter because there's more than enough room. Jack really didn't need to die in the Titanic, bro. That bitch hated him for real. Just scoot over. And he instantly starts powering up Spider-Man's spider legs with electricity, filling it all the way up with juice. And they hit Sandman with the Spider Kamehameha, piercing him through the chest, slicing Sandman in literal half. As everything collapses into the water with straight toxins, and both Spider-Men also fall in behind him. They ultimately did it. They defeated Sandman. Only issue is they got New York City looking like the Sahara Desert. But both Spider-Men are okay. And you already know this game is about to be on bullshit. This the first mission, and they got Miles in here swimming. Come on. So Spider-Man pulls up to his crib, heart thumping at the possibility of what he might see. Pulling up on
I ain't gonna lie, I forgot this was supposed to be about them fighting Venom. And he went into so much detail about them fighting Sandman. I forgot it's supposed to be about them fighting Venom.
MJ and Harry and seeing them at the dining table. Look at my son's face, heartbroken. Walked in on his shorty cheating with his best friend. Nigga gonna have to start hanging out with Miles off superhero hours now. MJ about to hit him with the, no, Peter, don't hurt him. It's not what it looks like. It's not him you gotta worry about, shorty. Harry is angry. Deadass broke my guy Peter's table. He do not have the money to be replacing that. I know that shit hurt his soul, but he gotta stay locked in on the Spider-Man duties. Hitting Facebook Marketplace after this though. Harry tied at Peter like he owe him some money. Peter trying to calm him down, telling him he finna pay him back. But not gonna lie, bro, you already rich on some shit. I don't know why you tripping about it. Thing is, Harry's already way too far gone. He talking about some "we are Venom." He's cooked. The GG's, no more Harry left. Now they have no choice but to fight, and Venom goes for the first strike, aiming for Spider-Man, but Mary Jane takes the hit for him, while their empty fridge they broke ass got falls on top of Peter. Makes no sense. Imagine me.
My girl better jump in front of some shit for me too. I better not get hit by nothing.
Going to shield Superman from bullets, getting my ass lit up for a nigga that's bulletproof. MJ gets dragged by
I forgot about
the
the Justin Bieber shit.
Holding her up with his tendrils, infecting her with symbiote and pulling her down. Angle looking like he catching a neck while Peter watches on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyone wishing they could be Spider-Man cause his power is cool? Y'all can't handle being Peter Parker though. Imagine your girl who you love dearly becoming some disgusting slimy symbiote, 8 foot tall though, so your kid might make the league now. Peter finally escaping the trenches, and just look at Venom ear to ear grinning. What her and Venom just did has to constitute as cheating, and Peter about to experience every man's worst nightmare, cause he just watched her do that shit with Venom, and he's gonna get his ass beat for being cheated on too, getting thrown into the bus outside the house. And now he has no choice. He's forced to do Chris Brown's favorite pastime. He's gotta fight his girlfriend as MJ pulls up on him and he gets his shiesty on to get ready, while Venom's just happy to be there. Venom's the ultimate instigator though. He not even here to box for real. He just dips out and leaves them to it. He hitting MJ with Mordecai lines to get her more mad at Peter.
God, I know, right? Guys are the worst.
They fight for a little and Spider-Man unnecessarily flips backward onto somebody's motorcycle. He literally didn't need to do that. This is why civilians hate you niggas. Why is Hulk using my car as a shield, bro? We need some Avengers insurance. Spider-Man swings it at her trying to get to talk to her, but she's way too far gone. She whips her
What
hair
the
back and
top
forth.
was they?
This is why civilians hate you niggas. Why is Hulk using my
I feel like if the Avengers were real, we would really hate them. Me have the whole using my brand new car as a shield. Bro, CJ got a peanut head, bro. What the hell?
my car as a shield, bro. We need some Avengers insurance. Spider-Man swings it at her trying to get to talk to her, but she's way too far gone. She whips her hair back and forth, grabbing Peter and throwing him into a brick wall. That right there would have been my last day as Spider-Man. I know that hurt like crazy. New York got like 60 heroes. Daredevil, this all you, big bro. Peter's better than me. He's gonna keep fighting. I guess Daredevil just gonna have to spectate like a nigga who don't want to lose his homie's game share.
Nah, fuck all that. Put your hands up. Defend yourself. Babe, please, we have company.
I'm sorry, shorty. I can't lose Elden Ring. Hey, twin, she in here begging for her life. Scream charges in towards Spider-Man, tackling him into a new neighborhood. And somehow, she's the one who ends up on the ground. Can you tell that she's new to this supervillain stuff or what? To be fair, having your rookie debut versus Spider-Man is OD. That's like pulling up and seeing KD at your first who cares less about hygiene competition. Scream charges into Spider-Man again, but he gets up out of there looking at her like how all dudes be when they say, yo, she was crazy, bro, after cheating 47 times and she got mad. She keeps jumping in at him, but Spider-Man is way too elusive. You're gonna have to do way more than that, bruh. But she's a quick learner because she's able to grab Spider-Man around the neck, throwing him into a building under construction and dangling him up into the air. He's trying to talk sense into her, reminding her about all their dates he took her on. The date at the theater during free movie day, the Wendy's 4-for-4 date, the Costco sample tasting date. He was treating her like a queen. I guess she wasn't feeling any of that though, cause she throws him into a bunch of beams, messing up her own senses. So he already knows what to do. We've all seen Spider-Man 3. He webs the drill and she smacks it, and it makes the beam start to rattle and forces her to tweak out until the symbiote cannot take anymore and dips out, getting her off Mary Jane, freeing her. So NYC, specifically Times Square, is in shambles. What's new for Marvel? And Venom is here catching a spear thrown by Craven or farming. We see the fit, bro, I promise. Or actually, he's shirtless. We see the pecs, bro, I promise. Venom telling him I like that shit, got his tongue out like fake reacts. But Kraven came here for a fist fight, not a sword fight. We do not swing that way. So he straight up just booms this nigga off the building. I'm crying. They doing Spider-Man's job for him. I love when villains fight. Peter enjoying some 50-cent popcorn watching this right now. Kraven's so giddy to fight Venom, he loves testing his strength on some Goku shit. And he's gonna get it, cause you know it's a problem when fire, one of the symbiote's biggest weaknesses, hasn't affected Venom at all. If Kraven was smart, he'd be worried right now. He'd hang up the gloves, leave the football before the football leaves you. But instead, his dumbass is cheesing, excited for this. And he gets his wish as they fight for a bit, until Venom throws Kraven onto the ground, lifting him up and starts licking his face. Venom, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't recommend that. Kraven from the jungle where they got no medicine.
Bro, Homelander face to be funny, bro. They got always looking some type of weird.
Going for it, grabbing his tongue, cutting it off, headbutting him, and kicking away. But he just flexes the fact that he could grow back instantly. Venom just be casually essaying his victims. That's not okay. So when after they fight some more, I especially start to worry for Kraven when I see he's in backshot position, falling onto his back, and Venom starts standing over him. And he's not even trying to hide what he's trying to do, picking Kraven up off the ground, holding his head, telling him,
no means no. Not with Venom. You hear him?
Spider-Man's watching.
You heard of this.
Like,
the choice is yours. Easy way or hard way. But it's gonna get done regardless.
To a billboard on top of the building, and Venom just jumps up top there to finish the job. It's really over now. Kraven doesn't have the strength to keep going anymore. All he's able to do is look up at Venom with all the inches in his face and say thank you, because he's happy someone he deems worthy. His greatest challenge yet is putting an end to him. And I feel it. Losing to Gohan versus losing to that one pink nigga with the titties are two very different feelings. But I don't know how honorable getting held up and your head literally eaten off in one bite is. In my opinion, you went out like a hoe, I can't lie. And I told Venom to be careful. Kraven lives in the jungle. He must have tasted like gorilla ass and tree bark. The way it snapped some senses into Harry got him hitting the post-nut clarity. What have I done? Yeah, he tasted like trash. So Black Suit Spider-Man
have I just
looking at
eaten
box, but his ass is not a mechanic. He don't know what he's doing and doesn't get the chance to figure it out, because while he's there trying to figure out what to do, Lizard pulls up on him and instantly tackles him through the brick wall, laying him out on the ground. It's time to fight. And this Lizard design is peak, bro. Only complaint is where's the lab coat? Without it, that could be anybody for real.
Who are you? A platypus? The platypus?
Spider-Man punches Lizard and then gets smacked.
That's like Superman. He put his glasses on, take glasses off.
Lizard screaming in his face and Peter trying to block that shit. Must be smelling crazy. Lizard drags Spider-Man across the fence and slams him, but Spider-Man is able to block his grab, so Lizard just gets up out of there onto the wall. And he was right to do so. Black Suit Spider-Man don't play. He must have realized that, but Peter not letting him get away, pinning him to the ground and tries to force the antidote onto him, but he's stopped. Lizard pulling a Kyrie Irving, but Kyrie wasn't a threat to the world, just Defender's ankles. You, Lizard, are. So Spider-Man busts through his grip, slamming his hand onto the ground, looking like he's giving him some devious strokes, pinning him, and even putting a muzzle on him.
You're not going nowhere.
It's unnecessary. Just take this beat down in silence. Lizard is determined to be heard though, fucking up Spider-Man's ears like he just heard a Stephen A. Smith basketball take, smacking Spider-Man off of him and getting the hell up out of there while he still got the chance. He refusing his medicine like a damn toddler. Dudes did all that fighting as children and then later run on to happily take a perk from their homie. They at the Museum of Natural History. Tickets are actually free all the time.
Niggas doing drinking.
Took MJ there 40 times. As Lizard burst out from under.
Niggas definitely wasn't drinking, trying to take no medicine as a kid, but not everybody drinking lean, popping pillies, injecting. Why you weren't doing that as a kid though? It's crazy. That's why you always see.
Takes off outside, ruining this couple's date as Peter chases him down. I feel bad for bro. He was definitely heading to the museum. She probably cooking him in her group chat right now. Girl, he was taking me to the free museum and just watch Spider-Man chase it alone. It's giving non-heroic and broke. Spider-Man manages to catch up to the Lizard, landing on top of him, grabbing him by the face, but he ends up getting reversed into somebody's apartment. Poor soul, it's New York. Housing is difficult. Now they're gonna have to find a new 2-bedroom for $10K a month. Lizard pounces on Spider-Man and he's able to stop his mouth. Between Between Lizard and Venom, I know Peter is terrified of tongues now. He been having MJ on his shits like this, straight lip. Spider-Man is able to get Lizard off of him and goes for the antidote, but he gets smacked out of his hand and he pushes Lizard away again, so Lizard just gets him off him and dips out, and Peter has to chase behind again. But
Are you running, little man?
Down on Hall
You
of
can't.
Fame
You
as
started it.
well as posterizer.
How you gonna
Still
run?
don't understand how a bunch of niggas saw this and just didn't question it. He manages to catch up to the Lizard, attaching onto him and starts riding him, but Kraven's goons are here too. They're trying to catch the Lizard as well. So Spider-Man is forced to dodge one harpoon, but the other one hits Lizard, and Peter made his ass regret that instantly, pulling the harpoon off the truck, getting dragged on the ground, picking up some gum, dirt, and rat shit all on his suit, continuing the chase on Lizard. But before Spider-Man could even catch up to the Lizard, Kraven and all his goons do first. They got straight harpoons in this man. That's messed up, so Spider-Man gotta come in this hole like Free Willy. But before he can give him the serum, he's gonna dodge a truck Lizard pulled towards him, and the aura is unmatched at this point. To this point, Kraven has killed Scorpion, Vulture, Electro, and Rhino. Spider-Man, you should be shaking the nigga's hand for real. Peter, of course, has to dodge another truck being thrown at him, and then webs to the Lizard getting tugged on by this big-ass dog up the building. You know its name is Princess or Cutie Patootie too. Spider-Man continues to get dragged, dodging and weaving trucks attached to Lizard, reaching the top of the building, and they got to stare face to face. But Kraven has already picked up his next fight, moving like Floyd Mayweather. Nah. Yes, that's perfect. What's his name? Ann Meckler? Yeah, that's the one. And he's gonna force his next opponent to fight, whether he wants to or not, pulling up in a helicopter and booming Lizard off the building. But Lizard is too strong and manages to hold on to the skyscraper with one arm. And Kraven is really a funny guy, bro. Motherfucker is like, wow, what a beautiful creature, and still just hits Lizard with another arrow. I guess the hunter in his name is accurate. Dudes in real life be like that. Wow, it's a Spix Macaw, only 2 left in existence. This is remarkable. Spider-Man being Spider-Man goes in to save Lizard, even though all he was giving was problems. But there's another arrow on his tail, and that goes kaboom, knocking the Lizard out, and Peter considers giving him the antidote, but Dr. Connors wouldn't survive this fall, so instead they both just eat the impact onto the ground. But the fall is already crazy, and you got Godzilla landing on top of you, that doesn't help. So it's no surprise when Spider-Man wakes up, we see that his arm is really in the letter L. Its healing factor is crazy though, fixing his arm. No, Magic Johnson, don't even think about it. It won't work on you, bro. Spider-Man isn't the only one though, because Lizard wakes up, pulling up, and Peter goes into hiding, and we see that Lizard is pulling a Piccolo, growing his tail right back. They both green too. Are we sure this just isn't Piccolo? Maybe a cousin?
We all look the same to you, hero?
Regardless though, it's time for them to fight in round 3, and Peter is talking crazy to Dr. Connors.
You're too weak to get control back, aren't you?
What do you say fuck me for?
I'm gonna punch you out myself. Damn! No wonder your family left you.
I'm getting cooked.
Niggas will say all this and then be like, my fault, bro. I was just mad in the moment. I ain't mean it for real. On top of that, he kicking Lizard in the chest, laying his ass out, and starts walking up on him like Dr. Octopus, pinning him down and grabs his mouth on both sides, sticking him in the gums with the serum. Shit crazy. Peter said all that junk to Dr. Connors about how he smelled like this, gets no bitches, and bald. At this point, if that's the life he was living, you turning him back into human form isn't saving him. You sending Brody back to hell. So Spider-Man's in his black suit and he's on bad timing, pulling up to Kraven's fortress trying to make the hunter the hunted. And the dudes who were assigned on watch duty this day were granted a first-class ticket to hell. He's not playing fair. These not even super villains, bruh. And Peter is clearly
this nigga murdering these dudes.
He on that Andrew Garfield post-Gwen Stacy getting cooked by fall damage.
Damn.
On some Batman interrogation timing, Buddy right here is shaking in fear, and Peter threatens him by lifting up a fucking truck and dangling it over him until bro decides he doesn't want to be turned into a pancake, snitching, and instead of using the door, we throwing cars through buildings now to make our entrances. Superman, Spider-Man, Captain America, Goku, you give a hero a dark version of their suit, the swag levels go up by 1,000. But swag isn't gonna save Peter from this spear, Spidey senses are. But I guess they ran out of batteries for the cage. Kraven talking about he was assured the material is unbreakable. Not gonna lie, bro, you gonna need your money back then. Engineer must have told you, yeah, no cap, Brody, this cage indestructible type shit. Because
what is it?
It's unbreakable. Not gonna lie, bro, you gonna need your money back then. Engineer must have told
Doctors in 2050 hitting you with the not gonna lie, bro, you low key cooked as fuck as he puts his left AirPod in. What the hell?
Yeah, no cap, Brody, this cage indestructible type shit. Because Peter peeps Kraven got Miles up there in a cage, which I'm not gonna lie, gotta be racist, and pisses him off to the max. He starts giving the cage just straight combo work to get out, and for whatever reason, Kraven is just outside the cage rage baiting him until he's able to charge up his tendrils, busting out, and him and Kraven get into a face-off instantly. But Kraven's fighting kink has caught up to him. Kraven got boxed up laying on the ground as Spider-Man walks up on him.
This nigga gonna die.
But Kraven manages to trip Spider-Man onto the ground and slam him into the tree twice, holding him by the head. He's tight because he knows Spider-Man is still holding back, trying to crush his head until Peter's like, you know, if you want to die so badly, my nigga, I got you. Wrapping his tendrils around Kraven, and he's still talking about harder. But Spider-Man is like, shit, bro, this all the dick I got. But before he could even give Kraven his wish, Miles pulls up to stop this murder, cause someone gotta be the Spider-Man here. But Kraven bites his 20 inches. It's supposed to be no teeth, shorty, while Miles is just like, get your lame ass up out of here, man, blasting Kraven. But Peter's completely lost it at this point. He sees nothing but red, and Miles is his next target, talking crazy to little bro too.
I'll try to be your mama's new boo thing. I heard she thick as fuck.
Miles not going for that disrespect though.
Bro, what cartoon is that?
We about to see who the... Cause he knows Spider-Man is man, blasting Kraven.
Bro, what cartoon is that, bro?
Completely lost it at this point. He sees nothing but red, and Miles is his next target, talking crazy to little bro too.
I'll try to be your mama's new boo thing. I heard she thick as fuck.
Miles not going for that disrespect though. It's time to box it out. We about to see who the top Spider-Man really is. And Miles showing out, blasting Peter onto the ground with his Venom strike, jumping in, but Spider-Man copies Mr. Fantastic, extending his arm out and slamming him, and starts grilling Miles, telling him he hating on the drip cause he wants it for himself, slamming little bro onto the ground again, doing him crazy. Even starts giving Miles a speech like a true unk.
Quiet, old nigga! Quiet!
Miles has had enough, Venom striking to get off the ground and blasting Peter across the battle stage. It's clear that he put the beats on Peter, cause we see him knocking Peter to the ground again, and is quickly able to dodge Peter's 20 inches, flipping using the Venom strike and blasting Peter onto the ground. He's cooking. People gonna have to stop calling him fake 50% off ass Spider-Man now. Miles calls Peter a snake, saying he don't even answer the phone anymore, as Peter goes for an attack, but Miles weaves it, throwing Peter up into the air, jumping up to meet him up there, and starts charging up his Venom strike, delivering a nasty hit, sending Peter to the ground.
See,
he even takes this
if you would have did all that against Deku, you still would have won, but shit go hard though. Like I said, Miles still him.
Start dirty macking, telling Peter he not treating MJ right. I'm crying, Miles, you are not slick. Was hitting Shorty with straight, he did it again, Hans, behind the scene. But Peter overpowers Miles and pushes him off. It's time to fight again. Thing is, Miles has had enough of this. You don't want to listen to reason, so you gonna listen to this nigga, hitting the bell over and over again, torturing his ass, causing the symbiote to spaz out, and this type of pain got Spider-Man deciding, you know what, the fit pick is not worth all this. So Peter gets on all fours and starts ripping the symbiote off his mask, then off his chest, until it's eventually just all off of him and he tosses that junk away. So it's final battle time. Peter pulled up with a new suit, gotta look clean, and I'm thinking he's taking a nice flight, but he's actively being chased by Venom. Getting plucked out of the sky, barreling down to earth, getting the shit smacked out of him, but starts returning with combos as Venom delivers a disgusting right through the building, crashing them into their old high school. And they start reminiscing about high school. Harry switched up to Venom now, but the thing is Harry's used to code switching. Back in high school, he was talking to his rich pops one way and then coming to NYC public school another man.
Good night. I'll see you later. Bye. Yo, what's up, B? How you feeling? What's going on? Yo, let's bounce, son.
But Harry said fuck this school. He was getting bullied anyways, transforming it into their own battle arena. The place it started is the place it ends between the two of them. They start fighting, and after Spider-Man lands a punch, he flips away, but Venom uses his inches to grab and pin Peter into the air. It's starting to look a bit religious in here. Venom starts pressing him, recruiting him, telling him he knows he wants to be a symbiote. Stop fighting it. But Spider-Man just got clean a few days ago, and you're already offering him more crack? Luckily, Spider-Man got his sponsor with him, the anti-Venom suit, getting Venom off of him and walks down on Venom just to fight some more. Their nerd asses getting more busy on the football field than they ever did in high school. Spider-Man got Venom leaning, webbing him and kicking him in the chest. But Venom catches Peter before he could go away, holding bro by the throat.
Damn, nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass?
As Venom hoists Spider-Man up like a trophy, Spider-Man breaks free and tries to fight back, but it has zero effect. And I think Venom realizes it's over for real. So for the first time I've ever personally seen, he busts out wings.
What is that? Oh shit, what is that?
He starts flying over towards Miles Morales. He said one Spider-Man is not enough, bro's a thought. But Miles is aura farming with MJ, running away from these pack of Skittles as symbiotes. They get all the way to the EMF building, and it's here where Miles gets pulled up on by Venom, with Spider-Man in hand, flexing it to Miles' face. And he cracking jokes too, talking about what job is perfect for a spider, a web developer. Miles' dumbass wanna laugh too. He a L-mans like Patrick.
Green!
Miles too caught up in that though, and literally just watches Venom throw Spider-Man across the building, putting himself in a position where Venom wants his cheeks now.
Hey, Miles, you next, nigga.
But Miles gets up out of there and webs through 2 pillars, Venom walking him down with all 19 inches swinging everywhere. Luckily, Miles' dad was a cop, and he knows to avoid getting done like an inmate very well, crushing Venom under rocks and going to go check on Unc Peter Parker, telling MJ they gotta get Peter up out of here. He's done for the time being, and Venom is still very much trying to get active some more. But it's all good, big bro. Miles gonna handle this now. Don't worry, Peter. Miles will still leave niggas like the Wall for you to clean up and still feel important, brody. But for right now, Miles got Venom leaning, getting grabbed and then pulled in close, only for Miles to charge up his Venom strike to the max and send Venom as well as himself mad far away, which as you'd imagine has no effect on Venom. He literally just stands back up and says Peter doesn't need you anymore. But he's not actually talking to Miles, he's talking to MJ, running her down and grabbing that weak ass stun gun. He has us now, throwing her ass into a wall. This is crazy. The best friend hating on the girlfriend? Shit. I'd take that over whatever the hell this is any day of the week. Venom is trying to get the meteorite so he can quote-unquote heal the world, but Miles said we good on that, kicking Venom in the face back onto the battlefield. We're not done boxing yet. And while Peter's in the corner showing why he got cut from the Avengers tryouts, Miles got Venom backing up as Venom goes in for an attack and Miles flips over it, getting grabbed, and Venom does the absolute most and slams his ass back to the ground. Jesus, man. Giving Venom the leverage he needs for his plan, grabbing the meteorite, holding it up into the air, and forcing it onto Miles. He trying to make him and everyone else in NYC a symbiote. Me personally, I'm good, bro. I don't need 2 voices in my head. For niggas like Kanye, this gonna be the 8th one. But while Miles is cooked, MJ comes in talking about some alley to his oop, putting the bomb in his mouth and booming his shit. Who taught her about alley-oop? Nigga, Peter is a baseball fan. I bet y'all played 2K and she was calling pick and rolls and throwing lobs too. Look at him in the back there. I know he's sick to his stomach, but there's bigger fish to fry. Because Venom reattaches his head, busts out his wings, grabs the meteorite, while Miles is hitting the Vegeta, but that nor his garbage suit stops him and Peter from attaching to both of Venom's feet, hitching a ride into the sky. Unfortunately for the 2 of them though, Venom is not giving out free rides today.
Hide the money, y'all! There's poor people around!
Venom turns around, hitting Miles out of the sky, and Peter couldn't give less of a fuck, landing right and just starts making Venom check left to right, over and over and over and over and over again. There isn't even any air traffic. Venom, you been safe to cross, bro. Not before Spider-Man palms his bald ass head, knocks him out the sky, sending them both barreling down towards over-expensive NYC apartments. Luckily though, Venom not falling for Spider-Man's Bill Cosby attack. He manages to wake back up, shaking it off of him, punching Spider-Man and grabbing him by the leg. and all Peter could do is kinda let it happen. Venom's too heavy, at least 5,000 pounds. That's a dieted rod wave. Luckily, Peter's get out of jail free card, Miles Morales, is on it, catching the two of them with his web, able to get to the meteorite from Venom flipping out the way of his attack, and the other Spider-Man gives him a boost on the way down. But first, you want to steal my best friend and now my ability to take over the world? Harry not going. And Peter knows this, hence why he tells Miles to keep going, webbing over to them, landing on top of Venom, but Venom catches up to Miles anyways, goes to lick his face and ends up getting kicked instead. And oh my lord, bruh, you could have never guessed that they was really homies all at once. The way they're beating this man into oblivion. I low-key feel it from Miles' point of view though. Harry been hating on him since the moment they met. He gonna be like this to Harry after the ass beating later.
Nigga, you just hating, feel me?
Maybe
That's why
she
you ain't
do
never
it.
gonna have no paper, ain't never gonna have no bitches, feel me?
Wait, watch your mouth.
They start pummeling him, flipping off and in slow motion, both delivering nasty lefts, and Miles takes this chance to leap off of Venom, grabbing the meteorite and landing back at the building with MJ to place it back in the machine. MJ was down there trying to taste shit. She didn't have much longer. Miles came in just in time. And that leaves the two best friends to duke it out. Peter starts steering Venom towards the ground, but eventually he turns around, grabbing Spider-Man, who grabs his tongue, and Venom slams him into the concrete and then into a propane tank. Dumbass forgot that that's his weakness and ends up on his back, getting palmed by Anti-Venom again. It's not gonna work though. Venom is lonely and won't let Harry go that easy, saying, Harry in there like, we? Us?
If I jump, my man's gonna jump with me. Like if I shoot, yo, my man's gonna shoot with me. If I decide to smack the nigga, sorry about that. If I decide to smack the nigga, my man's smacking the nigga with me. Then if I gotta die, my man's dying with me. You know what I'm saying?
Dudes just be volunteering you for anything. Venom starts charging towards the building to get the meteorite back, but Peter grabs him. Not for long because
I don't consent to that message.
And the both of them land on the roof, sliding towards the edge, breaking everything until they stop, and Peter palms his shit again, able to see the real Harry and not Venom. Peter tries to reason with Harry, literally tears in his eyes, telling bro, you can't keep doing this. Leave the symbiote alone. What's your plan? What do you want to do with the symbiote? Harry's choice is very clear. Whether that's him talking or Venom speaking, who knows? But the case is what it is, and they both crash land into the building. And Venom gets up with straight nefarious intent. Luckily, Miles, aka Spider Nigga, is here to step up again, playing tug-of-war with Venom over the meteorite until MJ just shoots it. My son Peter getting carried by role players. But he does put the finishing move on, going over to Harry and pumping straight anti-venom into the symbiote's chest, finally freeing Harry of this demon. But also, that was the thing keeping him alive. Harry gonna die now. Peter, Miles, MJ sit
Harry
around
gonna die
talking
now.
about how cool and how much hoes he was getting in high school. Niggas die and motherfuckers just start lying. Anyone who watched the entire video, you a real one. Like I mentioned earlier, first episode of my podcast just
Nah, that was funny. That was a funny video.
Yeah, I done turned the AC on, but the young nigga still too high. I told her what the fuck we on, but I still think they missed the plot. Know my ex is mad, yeah, cause they missed they shot. We didn't got a bag, yeah, now I'm like, let's go shop.